and you get a call from the high school. And there's something, terrible with your kid, then how do you turn that, like, how do you try to turn that around? Then you're driving, like, I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna kill him. Then you just, but then that
escalates.
through the whole day. I mean, it's shot from that one.
All right. Well, first of all, there's things that cause us stress, events, circumstances, and people. We can't really control those. We can control how we perceive them and how we react to them. So you could either take a deep breath and say, this is Johnny's journey. I'm just gonna help him or her however I can and try and understand it. Because by getting you mad is like giving him the poison, or you taking the poison and expecting him to die. Because all your thoughts and worries and so forth are making you go like that. Right? Because your thoughts are making you anxious, sick, angry, and those are all changing your whole physical system.
Yeah.
So it's not what happens, it's how you react or respond. And you always have a choice. We have free will, right? And that's our gift to decide what we want to do and how we want to react. So why is that important and part of creative visualization? Because number one, pay attention to your thoughts. What are you seeing as pictures? If you can control it, if you can get things into your life by visualizing over and over again. How many people, I do this all the time, visualize the perfect parking spot where they're going to go somewhere. It works. It works.
Really?
On my way, to Long Meadow Shops, where there's never any space, I visualize the perfect spot. 9 out of 10 times I get it. If I, start when it's Long Meadow, if I start right there, sometimes it doesn't work. But you want to do it over and over again. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. Was there anything, think in your life of something you wanted when you were a kid and you got? Can you think of those things? Maybe you wanted a puppy or a kitten, you just wanted it, you can see it, lo and behold, it appears, right? Anybody have any stories like that?
I'm going to twist it a little differently, and that is, I have a daughter who always says, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And she's really a go-getter, and she works extremely hard, and she's been quite successful. And if you say, hey, it's really great, she says, well, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
That's her belief.
That is her belief, that it's her effort and her concentration and all those things that gets her there. So I don't know whether that's the same as visualization.
Well, she probably has a vision of where she wants to go. Maybe she wants a promotion, maybe she wants a home, maybe there's a reason that she's doing that. Usually we attach a vision to what we want. You're not aware of it, but that's what comes first. So, I'm trying to think of another example of things that you
Like
visualize.
a guitar, I remember when I wanted a guitar. And I don't think that's not a very good example, because your parents maybe sort of know you want it and you get it, but still,
But they
it
don't
seems
have
like
to
it
give
comes
to you.
soon after you start thinking about it or something,
Yeah, and when you become more aware of it, things just start showing up, and you're like, oh, I was just thinking about that. Or have you ever been thinking about somebody and they call you? Oh, I was just thinking about you. That's energy. We're all energy.
It's also, for me, it's a perspective of always imagining good. I'm imagining a good outcome. I have an expectation of a good outcome. Any of my friends would tell you, I don't expect something not to go well. I envision, I think you and I have had some of the same training, but I envision things to go well,
Right.
most of the time. It's an expectation, whether it's a parking place or whatever. It's just,
And it's
that's
so
how the
much
universe
easier.
works for me.
Yes, it's the law of attraction.
Yes.
And it makes it so you don't have to work so hard. By seeing your dreams a reality before they happen. So anybody have anything that they really want to attain in life? An object, they want to change a situation?
I want to change the situation.
Okay.
I recently moved and I have a lot of boxes that I have to unpack and I don't want to do it, so
Total wizard.
I don't do it.
Okay, so you're procrastinating. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's what we all do. We run away from things we don't want to do, and we run towards the things that give us pleasure.
But then I'm mad because I didn't do it. I'm mad at myself.
So what you're seeing is a situation as something you don't want to do. So what if by doing that you got some pleasure out of it? What could possibly come by doing that?
Well, I'm happier that I got rid of the, I got stuff put away instead of, all over the place.
What else? What are all the benefits that would come from doing that?
Well, the house would look better. I'd feel better. I'd see progress instead of no progress.
Okay. So when you start seeing the benefits, does that feel like it would be easier now to accomplish it?
I don't know, I'll try it tomorrow.
Because what you're looking at is in a negative,
Exactly.
and that's what you're going away from.
Exactly.
And that's how our brains work. We run away from pain towards pleasure all the time. So as long as you're continuing to see that as a nightmare, hell job, you're not gonna do it,
Right.
right? So, or because we tell ourselves, it's too hard, it's too hard, it's too hard. We begin to believe it's too hard. It's not too hard. It may be hard, but it's not too hard. So what you do is you start changing that picture. So right now, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And just imagine how your house would look when all those boxes are gone. Can you see a visual? Okay. Now imagine you're seeing yourself clear all those very quickly, easily, and effortlessly.
That I can't see or imagine. I don't do anything quickly.
All right, we'll just say box number 1, pretend you have a cat in a hat there. And then thing 1 and thing 2 are taken care of. And it's all done. Now take that positive energy, how good you'll feel when it's all done, and apply it to that same visual. And feel that it's all done, it's complete, you're enjoying your home, you have so much more free time, it's not nagging at you. Can you feel how that's different?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, same affirmation to cement that, saying the power to get rid of all the boxes is manifesting in me. You want to say an affirmation always, as long as it's for the best for everybody involved, and you will be able to do it. Because now you've just changed your thought to how you're looking at it. So how you're looking at it won't dominate as much as it was before. Because as soon as you give your mind a different way to look at things,
Yeah, that's true.
it's going to change your situation. I'm going to ask, anybody here want to talk about one of their experiences using creative visualization?
Well, I play golf, and I play at golf. I really wanted to do a better job and play a better game. So I talked to Sandy about this, and we talked through how I might be able to approach the shot instead of looking at this and saying, oh my God, I've got to go over the river. I can see this wet ball. I would just calm down, picture that ball with a nice swing going right over the river, no problem at all. I pictured where I wanted it to go and stood up the ball, tapped the ball, closed my eyes for 1 second, took a deep breath, swung my normal swing, and it always goes where I want it to go.
Wonderful.
It's amazing. When I forget to do that, trust me, I go right in the water, or I go in the woods. But it's amazing when you really think about what you want to do and where you want to go, it happens.
How long does it take you to do that?
About
I mean,
3 or 4
are you standing
seconds.
at the,
I'm
for a
glad
long
you
time?
asked. Before I even get to the golf course,
oh, okay.
I stop and take a few moments to center myself and think about what a great day it's gonna be, and I'm gonna have a great game. And I'm really good at this. and I really enjoy the people that I'm with.
Have you ever got a hole in one?
Not yet, but I came very close just the other day. And, but it's okay, you know, I just, when I get up there to actually do the, you know, do the swing, every time I do it, I stop and take a couple of deep breaths, picture where I want that ball to go, and just sweep through.
And I have another girl that I'm working with right now, 16-year-old, getting in the junior LPGA. And her parents just stopped me the other day. She said, Emma just got her first trophy ever. She came in second. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it was so wonderful for me to hear, because that's exactly what we were working on. I said, what do you want at the end of this game? She said, I want the trophy. I said, okay. So we did the whole creative visualization on seeing her get the trophy, what it felt like in her hands, what it looked like, what everybody's around her thought, and the whole thing, and she got in that next game. It's so powerful, and it works. Athletes all the time use it. There's, in this list, there's 8 successful people who use the power visualization. People you know in there, Oprah was a big one, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jim Carrey. It's nothing new, but it's powerful. The thing is, we have to remember to do it.
Is this similar to the power of positive thinking? I think it was a book written by Norman Vincent Peale.
Yeah. When you think about it, you bring it up. Say you're in a horrible relationship and you don't know how to get out of it. Okay? There's many people out there that are in that. But they are looking at the horrible situation that might cause if they get out of it. All they're seeing is the negative, therefore they stay stuck. You know, and they believe they can't do anything about it. But if they started thinking all the benefits, how it might look, how they would want it to look, then they have the motivation and the belief that life could be better. Okay? But it's what we choose to believe. And that's the trick. We have to be open-minded, we have to be receptive, and you have to do this in a very relaxed manner. You can't be driving over a bridge and saying, I need to create this, you know? You can't do it in a tense situation, you're just blocking everything. Relaxation is key.
Yes, relaxation is key, and like this lady said, over here, she's like the energized bunny, and I'm like that all the time. And actually, it kind of, sometimes will take a next step and I get a lot of anxiety. So it's very, very hard for me, even with the breathing, and I get my organic tea and my cup of calm tea and my vitamins, and I'm
Because your thoughts are turned into
but I'm
training.
wired like that, I'm just really high strung.
Yeah.
I can go all day.
But imagine if you turn those thoughts around into really good momentum counts. What you could do.
What happens if you have a situation with somebody that in your life, this happened to a friend of mine, that she stopped seeing this particular person, and now all she does, and she broke it up, all she does is think about him. So,
Thinking that she wants to go back to him,
I don't know, just thinking, so
just thinking, she can't get him out of her head.
that's it.
Remember that old song, I'm gonna wash this man out of my head?
Out of my hair.
Out of my head, right. Well, literally, she has to start thinking of other things. She has to start thinking of the benefits of not being with that particular person. Because right now, she's still focused on her old memories. She's not seeing what could happen if she moves in there. So we get stuck in our own thoughts over and over again. And we have to be very careful who influences us, who we talk to, you know, because our friends, our best friends may have our best interests at heart, but they can say one wrong thing and boom, there goes your confidence, right? So we're very fragile, so we just want to make sure that you take time to do the creative visualization, no matter what's happening around you, several times a day, and focus it to get the life you want, to bring the things into your life that you want, because you are always going to be bombarded. So you want to repeat these exercises on a more frequent basis, and they'll override the negative things. Anyone else? I know Cindy had to go through an operation, several of them, and she used creative visualization. I'd like her to mention that, how you did that.
Yeah, so for me, it all started the summer of 2014, and what appeared to be something that looked like it was going to be easily overcome actually turned into a very serious health challenge for me. And multiple complications, 4 surgeries, and by the time that was over, September of 2014, it looked like it was going to be smooth sailing. But it wasn't, because then it was a whole year of more medical challenges, more medications, time with the surgeon, the specialist. And it wasn't until November of 2015 that I was with my surgeon, and she said, you know, you ought to try going to hypnosis just to help you deal with the anxiety and the stress of everything. And what had happened to me is that I ended up really having a victim mentality and became profoundly depressed and really isolated myself because it was just very difficult for me to cope, and I pretty much shut the world out. And it was interesting because when you were talking about coincidences, I don't think it was a coincidence because an hour after I met with my surgeon, I met Sandy in the cheese section at Big Y. That was meant to be. That just wasn't a coincidence. And so we met.
But the thought was on her mind.
It was the next step.
She just said
Yeah, it
Next
was.
step.
So she was aware of it. Otherwise, we would have passed.
Right, and she was.
An hour after you talked, I'm sorry, excuse me,
Yeah.
an hour after you talked to your surgeon, you bumped into her.
I
Yeah.
bumped into her.
But did you know her before?
No,
I was
never.
having
She
an
never.
interview.
Oh, you had your outfit on.
And I had just thought, you know, what the hell I'm gonna ask her? And I said, you know, excuse me, but do you do that? And she said, well, actually, I do. And she was having an open house, which I didn't go to. But she gave me her contact information. I called her immediately. And for me, that really made the difference between where I was last fall and where I am today. And, you know, the winter did not go without illness because I had some health issues during the winter. But I think through creative visualization, I was able to deal with that a lot better and get over things a lot quicker. And I felt that I got my strength back, and I had a surgery May 9th. And we had a session the week before surgery, and she did some creative visualization with me.